Hey, Kara,
Hello.
how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay. Yeah, a little bit slow today, even though it's already noon. Like I am.
Mm.
All good. I don't think we ever met, and there were so many people. Oh, you didn't do orientation, did you?
No, I was moving in that day.
Right. Okay. Okay.
Mm.
So what year are you? Just wondering.
Second year.
Oh, okay. All right. What's your major?
English major with an emphasis in creative writing.
Oh, okay. You would think we would get a lot, but we usually only have maybe like one or two at a time
Hmm.
do creative writing. What type of writing do you like?
Um, a little bit of everything. I'm not entirely, I feel like I read more words than I do write my own. So I'm not entirely confident in my own work yet, but
Hmm.
I'm kind of building that as I take more creative writing classes.
Yeah, that's
But
fair.
but I have fun doing everything when I get the courage.
Yeah. Have you ever done NaNoWriMo?
No, what's that?
No. It's National Write a Novel in a Month.
Wow.
It's in November. Um, so NaNoWriMo is sorry. What it is you sign up, and I guess it's kind of like an accountability a little bit. So you sign up, you set a word limit that you want, and then it helps give you like motivation along the way. Hi, Sophia. It gives you like prompts, little types of prompts. Like obviously you have your story, but it'll say something like, have the main character come down with an illness, you know? So you can
Oh.
either accept it or decline it, or you can accept a new challenge, stuff like that. My son has done it a couple of times in like junior high. So I only know how that version works, but it's very similar to the other one. And there's a faculty member here on campus, um, Rachel. I feel bad. I forget her last name at the moment.
Jordan? Rachel Jordan?
Yeah, Rachel Jordan. So
Mm-hmm.
she does NaNoWriMo, and she has several times, I think. So
Oh, yeah, she's
check it
she's
out.
great. She was my creative writing professor last semester.
Oh, really? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or not last semester, last year in spring. So
Yeah.
that sounds similar to Escape Roll, which is basically the same thing, but for poems, you have like a bunch of prompts in the month, and every day you're supposed to write a different poem.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one I like because it gives you like progress bars and things like that.
Mm.
Hey, Kaylee and Tiffany. AJ, you really don't have to be here. I mean,
It's okay. I could use a review. Just kidding.
okay, let me check the roster. This might be everybody that was signed up today. I had it up here. Yeah, I think it is. Okay, so welcome to this session. So we're going to go over how to enter your pay, and then we're going to go over, really how to enter your pay, because it's a little bit tricky. So Kara, I know you missed this on last Friday during orientation, but let me remind you or remind others and tell you, as a state of California employee, you get paid once a month, and that's on the 15th of the month. Unless the 15th is on a Saturday, then you get paid the 14th. Your hours, so you enter your hours hopefully daily or weekly, but all the hours have to be in by like the 1st. So for example, these very few hours that you're getting paid in January now, you'll enter those, and I'll walk you through how it looks. I approve those hours around February 7th, and then you'll get paid February 15th, and then March 15th, and so on. There is sometimes like twice this this month, people came to me and they're like, hey, you know, my paycheck was super small. It's only like $45. They will take out, like if you owe housing or if you owe library fines, if you like really outdated, not just like really common. I mean, it's not like you could be late on something a week and they charge it, but they will take it out of your paycheck. Just so you know. You don't get a pay stub unless you sign up for one, which the funny thing is you have to wait to get paid at least one time in order for that to be possible. So mid-February you can go and then you can ask for that. I feel like most people never even look at pay stubs, myself included, until it comes to like, oh, I need a W-2. So everything happens online. But let me share my screen and then I can walk you through how to enter your hours. I meant to take you over to, here. Let me do this. Okay, so it's through my CI. Oops, I was thinking that was my CI. So you go to over to the my CI and you're going to log in. And you should see something called CI personnel. You click on CI personnel, and then you're going to click on the one that says self-service. I'm going to pop over here because I already had one open, because I go under manager self-service, but I can see it. I already put it up here. Where did it go? No, maybe I didn't. Okay, so let me go through. That's funny, I'm sure. Oh, session expired. That's why I pulled it up too early. Well, I'll show you. Manager self-service. Oh, it's logged in. So I'm going to do report time. What you'll see is you won't see approve, but you will see report time. And I believe you see view time, but maybe AJ can correct me on that. So you do timesheet. I have to enter this just to get all the students, but let's enter. Okay. Let me pick somebody. Tiffany, you're right up there. Okay. So this is what it's going to look like. So do you know how many workshops you're doing today, Tiffany?
A lot.
Like 5 hours worth, or some of them are 30 minutes.
Maybe more than 5 hours. I signed up for a lot today and tomorrow, so.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
5 hours, for example.
What?
You can go with 5 hours, for example, or like orientation, right?
Yeah, you know, orientation should be, if I do previous week, it should show, yeah. Okay, so how long was orientation? From
It was about 4 hours and 30 minutes, but I counted an extra 30 minutes because me and AJ, we did the buddy thing.
Oh, okay. You didn't go, oh yeah, so that would be 5.0. So let me tell you, if you've worked another job that does like 5.25 and 5.5 and 5.75, don't do that. The university here, it breaks it up by 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5. I'll make sure to email you out that chart that does it. To be honest, almost every, I mean, you just think of like by tens. So if you worked like 10 minutes extra or 9 minutes extra, it'd be like 5.1. If you were, you know, if you worked half an hour extra, because you like your tutoring session went over and you didn't mind, you worked an extra half hour, it would be 5.5. Most people usually just enter zeros and fives. Occasionally I'll see like 0.8, but just don't do 5.25 or 5.75. So you enter that, then you have to go over to this time reporting and you have to enter in regular. To be honest, I don't know what any of the COVID ones are, but it just doesn't apply to us. And then you submit. Okay, let me highlight this. See how this says save for later and submit? 1 second. Hey, can I help you? This is the library. It totally is. What are you looking for? Just go that way. Straight down that way. And there's books up here. And then downstairs, if you want, like, do you want young adult or no? Oh, okay. So you can work anywhere upstairs and then you'll see it downstairs as well. Okay, save for later. This is what I was mentioning, and I will clarify this for Kara because you missed it. Sometimes what people do is they go through the entire month and they put it all in at once. And then they press save. Because they're like, oh, every Friday I'll remember to like actually submit those hours, assuming that I showed up to work and all of that. But at some point you'll forget. And when I go to approve the hours, I see the hours that are entered and I don't really see that. I don't notice the difference unless I were to like really drill down, and I don't really drill down like super specifically. So you'll get a check for like $18 and you'll be like, what? I worked like, 50 hours this month. And that's why. So I will tell you, this only happens. It happens like twice a year and happens to people that have worked here for like 3 years. So AJ, worn out. I mean, watch out. The longer you're here, the greater chance of that happening to you because you get really, it gets comfortable with it. Okay, and then you can do the next week. So I'm still here with Tiffany. We're gonna say maybe she does 5 hours today. I'm gonna save it. So Tiffany, go in. Oh wait, see it. Yes. I know. It's because I didn't do this. Now I'm gonna save it just so you can go in and change it for later. Like if you really did like 6 hours today. So all you would do is you would go in and just delete and put a 6 and then submit. So that's it. If there's for some reason you can't enter them, you know what I mean? Like you forgot and it's like February 2nd and you're like, oh shoot, I just totally forgot. Just email me. I can usually sneak them in for a few days. You can't because it'll lock up on you guys, but I can go in like how I'm going in the back end through the manager and sneak them in for you. Just tell me, it's not a problem. Okay. Does anybody have questions up until here? I know Malia, you got here a little bit late. Did you see how I got here?
I did not. I accidentally clicked on the wrong Zoom link and I was waiting. I was like, what's happening again?
Oh, it's okay. Let me show you really quick.
Okay.
I went through my CI. So you log into my CI and then you go to CI personnel. And then it'll say self-service. And then that's how I got there. Okay.
I have one question.
Uh-huh.
Because I didn't go to orientation, I had like a separate one with Abby the day before, but I still just put in those hours that we had our meeting for?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you.
Miss Marisa, I don't have CI personnel on my CI.
Okay, you will though.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
Okay, here's the other thing. Here's another thing that comes up all the time. Maybe not all the time, but often. I did ask payroll recently, like a few days ago. I said, hey, I looked in there and I don't see all my students. I'm a little bit stressed that they're not hired. And they said, don't worry, we like started entering them and then we stopped because of the minimum wage goes up to like $15 an hour is the minimum. And so they weren't implementing that change. So anyway, it'll be in there. It will. So some of you may not be in there, but if you're not in there by like the 30th, and you can always go back, right? You should be able to always go back. So even if you wait until the 30th to enter them, you can enter them from like the 21st or whatever. You can go back. Also, if you miss them and you like forget, and Tiffany's like, hey, I covered Kaylee's 2-hour shift on Monday, I completely forgot about it. Just enter them the next month. You know what I mean? Like put them and just let me know and say, hey, I put 2 extra hours on February 1st because I forgot to enter them on January 26th. It's the easiest way to do that. Obviously, if you covered, I don't know, like you accidentally forgot to enter like a ton of hours or something, we can go through a whole process to like cut a special check partway. Payroll won't always do it because they'll say, oh, you should have entered your hours. But if it's like your entire paycheck and there's like some massive goof, you can get a paycheck outside of the 15th. But generally they'll say, oh, you didn't enter them on time. Oops. Oh, let me just look I'm going to look over here and see if I see you on here. If I go return to select employee. What's your last name? Oh, S. Okay, let me go down. Let me see if I see you on here. No, but I remember your name came up. I'm almost positive your name was on the list of, don't worry, we're entering her. So you'll be there, don't worry. Anyway, that is how you get paid. It'll be, did anybody not do direct deposit here? I guess I'll mention it for anyone that might watch the recording, but if you don't get direct deposit, the paychecks go over to Sage Hall. We cannot pick them up until the 15th at 3 o'clock. And then we have to like physically pick them up, and then we'll come back here and disperse them. Sometimes I will just tell you it's past the 15th, because like if the 15th is on a Friday, I don't work Friday. Well, now I work Fridays, but everyone works virtually on Fridays. So nobody's coming to campus to like pick up the paycheck. Hence the direct deposit is super advisable. Anybody else have questions?
I do. So what would happen if I put in a number of hours? So for today, I put 3.5 hours because that's how many workshops I've gone to. And say I want to go to another workshop and I already submitted these hours. Like I submitted 3.5. Could I just put more hours after that? Or would that be something better for the save function or what? Like if I use the submit one.
I don't know. AJ, have you done that? You can change it, I think.
Yeah, you can. You can edit it after you've submitted it, and it's fine.
Yeah,
So,
I hope
no
so, because
worries.
that's what I told Tiffany to do. So I hope so. Let me try and change. Oh no, I changed Tiffany's. I mean, I saved it, not submitted it. Yeah, you can change it. I suppose if there was, a huge issue with that, you could just add it on to the next day and just let me know, like, hey, it didn't let me edit it. So the way that I verify a lot of times is I go through, I see your schedule, and like every Monday you work 2 hours, every Wednesdays you work 3 hours, and every Saturday you work 2 hours. And I go through and make sure that you've entered those hours. If it's, half hour, an hour off, I just assume it's like tutor buddies, or it's a tutor buddy and you met with Abby, something like that. If it's way under or way over, I go and I ask you about it. I would say majority of the time people short themselves. Like I don't really see people going over. Every once in a while I see people enter like a typo, right? Instead of like 5 hours, they put like 15 hours in one day. And I don't even know how that gets approved, but I all know that that's not right.
Question. So I know some of the workshops like this one, they're being recorded for later watch. Do we also put in those hours if we watch them at a later time?
Yeah.
Okay. Do we just like add it on to the same day or?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, but don't do too many because, yeah, I mean, I guess you could go up to like 8 hours in a day. Just don't put like 12 hours in one day. Just, which you probably wouldn't do, I imagine.
Right. Okay.
Just put it on the next day.
Cool. Thank you.
Mhm. I know that Abigail said to sign up because I pay you based on your, you're signing up. I don't really do that. I say this because so many people end up switching. Like they'll sign up for this one and they're like, oh, it's just for whatever reason they'll come to tomorrow's. So I kind of just trust you for the next 2 days, kind of like you entered the workshops you went to. For the most part. Any other questions?
I have another question. So I was talking to one of my buddies, he's been working here for a while, and he said sometimes when you click on CI records and then try to go do this, there will be an error message and you can't do it unless you like open this in an incognito window.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. Pretty much anytime, anything with my CI, whether it's this or any other function, also including tutor track. Tutor track is the same way. So here you just go to a new incognito and then do my CI and enter. If you're on a Mac, what is it called? Private window, I think. That's a great point. And that is officially the helpful advice from IT. Like that is just their workaround. It just is what it is. I also have not really noticed a difference between Firefox or Chrome. Sometimes if you open it in a different browser, it'll like it. But yeah, that's true. Who do you know that works here?
Oh, that was my WMC buddy. So Adrian Castro, he's the one who
Oh, yeah.
gave me that message.
Yeah, that is true. So when in doubt, open incognito for tutor track or payroll or anything on campus. Yeah. Anyway, that is how to enter hours. It's really pretty simple. As long as you remember to enter them on time. So yeah. But anyway, just let me know during the month if you have problems or issues. And I will quickly just tell you that if you're signing up for like working summer session or next year during winter session, you can't go over a certain date. So just be mindful of that. And I think sometimes Abby and Sohi forget like when the date is. Like for example, winter session, you couldn't work past January 19. So sometimes there's like a couple of day window where you like can't work. But other than that, it's good to go. So that's all I really have to say. It's not too exciting, the payroll piece. AJ, you missed it. I think AJ started right when we stopped doing that because we went virtual. We used to have like a computer here and you would like log in your hours and the whole thing, but we don't do that anymore. So
This seems a lot more convenient.
yeah. Who's working in person? I think Kara, you are, right? Or Tiffany, you are?
Yeah, I'm working in person.
AJ, are you working in person?
Not for the first 2 weeks. And then after that, it's only like 2 hours a week. So not like a lot, but technically, yeah, I am working in person.
Wow.
Yeah, should be fun.
It is. It is. I actually have not totally finished the Christmas spine, but I have about 30 more snowflakes to take off things. But I did erase like the happy holidays and our Christmas trees and stuff. We do tend to decorate around here. So
Very festive.
yeah. Anyway, okay, I'm going to end the meeting, but if anybody has any questions at any time, just shoot me an email.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Thanks, Marissa.
Uh-huh.
Thank
Bye.
you. Have a good day.
You too.